Hello, my darling friends, and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Also, welcome to day 5 of our at-home yoga journey here together. I am so happy that you are here. Our theme today is self-love. Feel free to bring along with you a pillow as well as a blanket. All right, let's get started. Okay friends, so we begin today's practice nice and low to the ground. Today I empower you to choose a posture that feels most supportive for you and your body. So that could be in a kneeling position, it could be in a cross-legged position, or you could be lying down on your back. Your choice. If you are lifted and sitting upright, let's just rock our pelvis forward, loop our shoulders, and tuck in our chin slightly. Bring your left hand to your heart space, right hand to your belly. Feel free to close your eyes or soften your gaze. As we breathe in through our nose, can you visualize breathing in love into your body? Hold on to that love even as you breathe out. Breathe in and out. So keep the breath flowing naturally, finding its own rhythm. And as we sit here or lie here, I invite you to consider your understanding of self-love. What are some of the ways in which you demonstrate self-love? This could be carving out time for a yoga practice. It could be doing something that you really enjoy. Perhaps it is spending time with loved ones. Perhaps it is saying and thinking kind and loving thoughts to yourself. And maybe you are feeling unsure. I want you to know that you are not alone. You are loved and you are worthy of love. It is my hope that this practice serves you well and fills you up with so much love and so much joy. Let's breathe in some love. Hold on to that love as we breathe out. All right, you can open up your eyes if they were closed. Allow your hands to just fall to your lap. If you were lying down, please come and join us in a comfortable seat. All right, and once you arrive there, let's send our arms from left to right, palms facing down. Just loop your shoulders, creating some space between the ears and our shoulders, creating a nice opening in our heart space. Breathe in. And then on our next breath out, let's give ourselves a hug. Right arm over top of the left. And perhaps today we just find a swaying action here, maybe even a circular motion, just finding whatever feels nice and yummy for you. Giving ourselves a warm embrace. This can be an act of self-love. All right, breathe in. And then on our next exhale, we unravel, sending the arms from left to right. Breathe in here. And then on our exhale, giving ourselves another warm and loving hug. Opposite arm over top this time. And again, I invite you just to find a swaying action, circular motion. Maybe even close your eyes as you do this. Smile a little. We eventually find stillness. Breathe in. And on our next exhale, we unravel. Now bring your hands back and behind you. Fingertips can be pointing forward or behind, your choice. Let's loop our shoulders, opening on up through our chest. Whenever I come to a posture such as this one, I always imagine that I am lounging on a beach, soaking up some sunshine rays. And that's actually what I like to do in my spare time. So that is an act of self-love for me, is I like to go to the beach, get my tan on and just enjoy. Just enjoy the fresh air. So perhaps you think about what you enjoy doing. All right, let's breathe on in. And then on our next exhale, we relax. All right, and let's make our way to all fours. So feel free to pad your knees. That is another act of self-love, in my opinion. You're listening to your body and what it needs, what will make you feel most comfortable and supported. So we're going to be doing things a little bit different today. Walk your hands so that way they are towards the long edges of your mat. So we're creating a nice and wide base here. Knees still stacked underneath the hip points. Spread the fingers, press into those fingertips, and press into the tops of your feet. On our next breath in, let's reach your tailbone up towards the sky. Drop the belly, loop your shoulders, open on up through the chest. And then on an exhale, we begin to round through, belly button towards the spine, chin towards your chest. We're really pressing out of our foundation. Breathe in to find our cow pose. And then exhale, rounding through to find our cat. One more, breathe in. And out. On our next breath in, let's come back to a neutral spine. And our hips are going to take a little journey here, moving our hips in a circular motion. I personally enjoy doing this first thing in the morning because it works out any kinks or any stiffness that has maybe built up in my hips overnight. And then you can reverse that circle at any time. It may also feel nice and yummy to come back to sit towards your heels, getting a nice stretch in our back body. Your choice, though. Move in a loving, kind, and supportive way today. Keeping the breath flowing. All right. And then we eventually find stillness here. Let's walk our hands forward a little bit, closer towards the top edge of our mat, but hands are still off to the long edges. Curl your toes under and lift both kneecaps away from the earth, but just hover here, building some heat, endurance in our body. Breathe in. And then on our next exhale, we send our hip points high to the sky and we find our downward facing dog. So once again, self-love. An act of self-love is really listening to our bodies and what it needs, what it is looking for. So that could be bending those knees quite generously in order to melt the chest towards the thighs, straightening through the back body. It could mean lifting the heels away from the earth. It could mean taking the doggy for a walk. It could be maybe just lifting one foot away from the earth and just rotating through the ankle, followed by the other. All right, and then we eventually find some stillness. Breathe some love into those lungs. Hold on to that love even as we breathe out. All right, let's begin a slow journey to the top edge of our mat. Nice and slow, taking your time. And when you arrive there, just bring your feet so that way they're roughly hip distance apart. Breathe in and out. On our next breath in, let's send our hands up and towards the sky. And then on the exhale, hands float down to our sides, finding a mountain pose. So while we're here, let's find ways to lift and lengthen, growing taller through our spine. Ground down through your feet, feeling that connection to the earth. Let's just take a moment to reconnect with our breath. Let's breathe on in some love. Holding on to that love even as we breathe out. All right, let's step our right foot back towards the back edge of our mat. Turn your toes so that way they're facing a corner of the room, heel pointing out, and our back leg is nice and straight. Begin to bend into that front leg. You may have to just make some adjustments with your feet here. Left knee is in line with our ankle. Hands come to our waistline. Let's rock that pelvis forward, loop our shoulders, and tuck in our chin slightly. Breathe in. And then on our next breath out, let's open on up into a warrior two. Right arm back, left arm forward, looking past your left fingertips. So warrior two is definitely regarded as a strength building posture, also a power posture. So while we are here, I invite you to think kind and loving thoughts to yourself, especially as we explore this. Maybe you say, I am strong, or I am amazing, I got this. All right, drop your back hand to your right leg, reach your left arm forward, flip your palm over, and then send that hand up and towards the sky and then back, keeping the front knee bent, finding a peaceful warrior. Breathe in. And then on our next exhale, opening on up into a warrior two once again. 2 more times just like that. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Wonderful. Let's now straighten through that front leg and bring your hands back to your waistline. We're going to turn our toes so that way they're both facing the corners of our mat. All right, breathe in here. And then on our next exhale, let's begin to bend at our knees, dropping our center closer towards the earth. There we are. Getting a nice little stretch in the lower half of our body. All right, so our knees are roughly in line with our ankles here, thighs roughly parallel to the sky. Let's bring our hands to heart. Or perhaps you send the hands left to right, bending at the elbows, bringing the hands back in space, palms forward. Maybe you repeat your mantra here. You know, I'm strong. I got this. We're here for 3, 2, and then on the 1, we rise on up. Oh, just give it a little shake. Little dance. Why not? All right. Let's turn our right toes so that way now they're facing what was formerly the back edge of our mat, the front edge. And turn your left toes so now that they're facing the corner of a room. And our back leg is nice and straight, feeling that connection to the earth with our foot. Bend through that front knee. Hands come back to our waistline. Breathe in. And then on our exhale, we open on up into a warrior two. Right arm forward this time, looking past the right fingertips. So one tendency that I notice with myself is I tend to lean a little bit forward in warrior two. So let's just lean back a little bit, aligning head over heart, heart over pelvis. Beautiful. Drop your left hand to your left leg. Reach your right arm forward, flip the palm over, and then send your hand back, up, and overhead. Roll your shoulder open, look on up into a peaceful warrior, and then exhale, coming back to your warrior two. 2 more times just like that. Breathe in, finding your peaceful warrior, and then exhale back to warrior two. Breathe in. And out. Wonderful. Straighten through that front leg. I never felt so good. Bringing the hands back to our waistline. We're going to heel toe. the feet back together until they're nice and flush together. On our next breath in, we send our hands up and overhead, and on the exhale, we float it on down, leading with our heart. Hands come to the earth. Begin to bend at your knees, lifting the heels away from the earth. Feel free to keep your hands on the earth supporting you, or if you would like to work on some balance and stability, you can wrap your arms around your shins and then bow your head towards your chest. Breathing here, wrapping yourself in a warm embrace. We're here for 2 breath cycles. All right, swim your hands back and behind you, placing them on the mat just to help support you as you come to a comfortable seat. So we're going to be making our way down onto our back. So we have arrived at the cozy part of our yoga practice here together. If you have a hair elastic in, you can take it out now if you wish. All right, so let's roll on down to our backs. And when you arrive there, hug the knees in towards your heart space. You can wrap your arms around your shins and just find a little swaying action from side to side, giving your back body a little love, a little TLC. All right, and then we eventually find some stillness. Send your legs out long on your mat. And if you brought a pillow with you to the practice, you can grab that now and place it underneath your head, supporting both your head and your neck. And if you brought a blanket, you can use that now and literally, if I can talk today, blanket yourself with love. Love, gratitude, appreciation. And if not, it is all good, my friends. And I should also mention that if you are feeling a little bit heated following our practice, you can always interlace your fingers, place your hands behind your head, and extend your thumbs down. Or you can join me by sending the arms to our sides, palms facing towards the ceiling, fingertips curling in. Feel free to close your eyes. Find areas to soften and relax, such as the jaw, our fingers, the toes, maybe our brow bone. Still breathing in that love. And once again, I extend an invitation to you to consider your understanding of the term self-love. What does it mean to you? Perhaps how it makes you feel. And maybe even ways in which you demonstrated self-love today, here on the mat. And maybe you can carry that forward with you off the mat. So we are here for 5 breath cycles. So you can open up your eyes if they were closed. Oh, hi, Angel. Sometimes she just lays on me. This is the ultimate act of self-love. Hi, Angel? Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, feel free to press pause. You can pause the video now if you would like to stay here in this restorative posture. If not, in a few seconds, we'll be getting right on into our writing prompts for today. So at the end of our yoga practices here together, I invite you to connect and reflect. So I have some writing prompts for you that you can write about in your journal, in your notebook. And once again, this is 100% optional. So number 1 is self-love is blank. So you can write in your understanding of what self-love is. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. Number 2, ways in which I demonstrate self-love include. So then you can list some examples, or even if you just have one example, it's all good. Number 3, self-love is important because, and then you just fill in that blank. So I actually came across a sweater in my closet, self-love. And these are some of the ways in which I demonstrate self-love. So they are laugh out loud, because I love to laugh. Sip tea, so green tea in particular, and eat well. Stretch, breathe, and meditate. And do something fun. So something that I really enjoy doing. So I sometimes just wear this shirt just to serve as a reminder that I am loved, I am worthy, and yeah, I love myself. All right, so that would be day number 5 in the books. We did it. We're heading on into day number 6 tomorrow. I cannot wait to see you there. Take good care, my friends, and namaste.